The man who received a text message from his dead wife. At exactly 2:17 a.m. Jacob's phone buzzed. The message on the screen made his blood run cold. It simply said, "Don't open the front door." The sender? His wife, who had died exactly 1 year earlier. Jacob Miller had spent the last 12 months trying to rebuild his life after losing his wife, Emily, in a tragic car accident outside Seattle. Everyone told him time would heal the pain. But time only made the silence louder. Emily had been everything to him. Every morning they shared coffee on the porch. Every Friday they watched old movies. Every Sunday they visited Emily's parents. Then one rainy evening, everything changed. A truck lost control on the highway. Emily never made it home. Since that night, Jacob had lived alone in their small wooden house on the edge of town. He rarely spoke to anyone. Most evenings were exactly the same. Dinner. Television. Sleep. But on October 18th, his routine ended forever. At exactly 2:17 in the morning, his phone vibrated. Half asleep, Jacob reached for it. His heart almost stopped. The message read, "Don't open the front door." The sender's name displayed on the screen. Emily. Jacob froze. He checked the number. It was her old phone number. The same number that had been disconnected after her funeral. His breathing became heavier. "This has to be a prank," he whispered. Before he could think further, someone knocked on the front door. 3 slow knocks. Knock. 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 Jacob stared toward the hallway. Every instinct told him to ignore the message. But curiosity pulled him closer. He walked to the door. Placed his hand on the handle. Just before turning it, his phone vibrated again. "Please, don't open it." This time his hands began shaking. Who was sending these messages? How could anyone have Emily's number? The knocking suddenly stopped. Silence filled the house. After several minutes, Jacob looked through the peephole. No one. The porch was empty. Only darkness. Trying to calm himself, he returned to the living room. He barely sat down when his security camera sent an alert. Motion detected. Jacob opened the camera feed. Someone wearing a dark hood stood perfectly still in the middle of his driveway. Not moving. Not speaking. Just watching the house. Jacob immediately called the police. By the time officers arrived, the stranger had disappeared. The officers searched the property. Nothing. No footprints. No vehicle. No evidence. One officer smiled politely. "Probably just kids trying to scare you." Jacob wanted to believe him. But deep inside, something felt terribly wrong. The following night, another message arrived. "He's coming back." Jacob installed more security cameras. Brighter lights. Stronger locks. For 3 nights. Nothing happened. Then, exactly 1 week later, every camera went black at the same time. The electricity remained on. Only the cameras failed. Seconds later, the front door handle slowly moved. Someone was trying to get inside. Jacob grabbed a baseball bat. His heart pounded so loudly he could barely hear anything else. Then, his phone buzzed once more. "Hide in the basement. Now." Without thinking, Jacob obeyed. He rushed downstairs and quietly closed the basement door. Glass shattered. Someone was searching every room. Jacob covered his mouth to keep from making a sound. Nearly 20 minutes passed. Finally, silence. When police arrived, they discovered signs of forced entry. But no suspect. The investigators found something unexpected. The intruder hadn't stolen a single valuable item. Instead, every room had been searched. Almost as if someone was looking for one specific thing. Days later, detectives uncovered a shocking truth. Emily had secretly witnessed a financial fraud involving a powerful businessman weeks before her accident. She had saved important evidence on a hidden flash drive. Before she died, she told no one except Jacob. The problem was, Jacob had completely forgotten. Months earlier, Emily had hidden the flash drive inside an old photo frame in their bedroom. The intruder had returned to find it. But Jacob reached it first. The evidence led to several arrests. The businessman was sentenced to prison. The case was finally closed. Friends later asked Jacob one question. If Emily never sent those messages, who did? Jacob never answered. Because he couldn't. The phone company confirmed something impossible. Emily's number had never been reactivated. No SIM card. No network activity. No outgoing messages. Nothing. Yet Jacob still keeps those text messages saved on his phone. He has never deleted them. Sometimes, late at night, he opens the conversation, reads the final message, and quietly whispers, "Thank you." Because whether it was technology, a coincidence, or something no one can explain, those messages saved his life. So here's the question. If you received a message from someone who died years ago, would you answer it?